Hello and welcome to this video on the 5 types of percentage problems. So I recommend you pause this video and attempt each of the questions in these orange boxes. And if you're having trouble, then keep watching, or just keep watching to see if you got them correct. All right, so on this first slide, I'm going to show you 5 formulas that we'll be using today. First thing we need to understand is that a fraction is the number of parts over the whole. So sometimes that denominator is called the total. That's always going to be the bigger number given two numbers. All right. The next bit is that if we're writing a number as a percentage of another number, that is just, we write it as the fraction, right? Can you see that these are the same? We write it as the fraction times 100. So number of parts over the whole divided times by 100. That's what we do, writing as a percentage. If we're calculating the percentage of a number, we first convert the percentage to a decimal by dividing by 100 and then realizing that of means times, means multiply. And we'll get straight into this soon. Our fourth formula of 5 is when we're calculating the sale price, we do the original price, subtract the discount. And this discount actually usually has to be calculated. Okay, we want dollars throughout this formula. We can't take away a percentage from a dollar amount. So usually you will calculate that discount as a percentage of the original price. And notice that we've got how to calculate a percentage of a number in step 3. So that will help us within that formula. And then formula 5, percentage change is the change over the original times 100. So whenever you're writing a percentage, writing a number as a percentage of another, notice it's a fraction times 100, all right? So percentage change applications could look like this. So you could have percentage increase or percentage decrease, or you could have percentage profit or percentage loss. And you're going to have to calculate that numerator first, but we'll get into that, don't worry. So first one, write 15 as a fraction of 60. As a fraction of 60. So let's look at this step here. See formula 1, if we're writing a number as a fraction, we do number of parts over the total. The number of parts is 15 over the total number, which is the bigger number, 60. All right, and then we want to leave our fractions in simplest form. So I can see here that these numbers end in 0 or 5, which means that 5 goes into each of them. So divide top and bottom by 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 12 is 60. And I can notice again that this numerator is actually a factor of both the numerator and denominator. So I can divide top and bottom again by 3. So always check whether that numerator goes into the denominator. It's quite sneaky. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So that is that as a fraction in simplest form. Now it's saying write 15 as a percentage of 60. Okay, percentage is the fraction. So if we come back here to step 2, or formula 2, sorry, writing a number as a percentage of a number is the fraction times 100. Fraction times 100. And I've got my fraction over here. I'm just going to write it from the start actually. So fraction times 100. And I know that 15 over 60 was 1 over 4. So I can simplify it there. And that is saying, that's the same as saying a quarter times 100 on 1. And numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, 100 over 4. That fraction sign actually means divide. So 100 divided by 4 is 25%. 25. Make sure if you're writing a number as a percentage, you include that percentage sign at the end. Okay, and you could also just jump straight from here to here and realizing that a quarter is one of those common decimals, percentage fractions, where it's 25%. So yes, you should memorize the common ones, okay? I will do another video on those, but let's keep going. So write 600 meters as a percentage of 2 kilometers. Writing as a percentage. So that's similar to this question here. Writing as a percentage, it's just the fraction times 100, and you need to have the same units. 2 kilometers is 2,000 meters. If you need to go back and look at the unit conversion video, then please do so. So writing a number as a percentage of another, you're going to do the number of parts over the whole to get it as a fraction. And then as a percentage, you're timesing it by 100. And if I got my calculator in the exam, I can just throw it straight in. So 600 divided by 2,000 times 100, 30. And don't forget, you need it as a percentage. Okay, that's our answer, 30%. Write 32% as a decimal. So if we are going from percentage to decimal, just the trick is you're going to be dividing by 100, okay? To get a number as a percentage, you're usually timesing it by 100. Notice these ones, timesing it by 100. To get it back from percentage back to a decimal, you're going to be dividing by 100. Now remember quick ways to divide by 100. You've got an invisible decimal place after the number, and then you're just going to be moving 2 places, since there's 2 zeros in 100. So this is going to be 0.32. Write 150% as a decimal. Again, we're using that 100 and we are dividing by it. So just put down your invisible decimal point. I know it looks like a scary number, but you just got to remember divide by 100. Move 2 decimal places to the left to divide, and that is 150% as a decimal. It's 1.5 times the original amount. Okay. Calculate 20% of 70. So let's go back to here. Calculate 20% of 70. Which of the formulas so far do you reckon it is? Calculate a percent of a number. So we are going to do these steps. We're going to first convert the percentage to a decimal, which we know how to do from the last couple of slides. And then we're going to realize that of means times. So to calculate a percent of a number, just get that percentage as a decimal. 0.2, because you can't put the percentage straight in your calculator. You've got to convert it to a decimal for it to be useful. And then of means times, and then 70 is just 70. And straight in your calculator, nothing fancy. In year 7, you might have to do it by hand, but we're not going to worry about that in this video. I'll do another one for that. So that's 14. Okay, calculate 118% of 82. Again, if we are doing a percentage of a number, first convert it to a decimal, and then of means times. So just translate it. Percentage to decimal, divide by 100. 1.18. Of means times. 82 is 82. 1.18 times 82. And that gives us 96.76. You can't put your percentage in a calculator. You've got to convert it to a decimal first. And then it says, getting slightly more tricky each time, which shop has the lowest sale price for the dress? So we've got A shop, Best Buy's, Dresses Are Us. Let's just focus on A shop for now. Now, this is where we are going to be jumping back and looking at the sale price formula, this 4th formula here. Sale price is the original, take the discount. And sometimes we have to calculate that discount separately. Okay, so just write your formula. Sale price equals original, take discount. And these all need to be in units of dollars. units of dollars. I just write that to remind myself. So original price is 28, so we're just substituting in. Take away the discount. Luckily, that is in dollars already. It won't always be like that. And I don't know why I'm doing that in my calculator. That's $26. So that is $26. That's the sale price of the dress for A shop. And let's check out Best Buys. So same formula again. I'm just going to copy and paste it down. And we've got our original price, which is 30. And we've got our discount. Now this time they've given us, our discount is 10%. Now that discount means it's a percent of the original price. So I'm going to rewrite this discount amount because notice we need to have it in dollars. We're given a percent. So our discount is a percentage of the original price, which is 30. So I'll just write that. And then from the previous slides, we know that we must convert those, right? 10% means 0.1. Converting it to a decimal, percentage to a decimal. Of means times, 30 means 30. And we can just chuck that straight in. So 30, take 0.1 times 30. And our sale price is $27. Okay, I'm going to do the other one. Where am I going to do the other one? I'll do it up here. Again, sale price is original, take discount. That's all you need to know. And then write your dollars underneath to make sure all of your units are in dollars. Okay, you can't take away a percentage from dollars. You've got to get that discount amount. So, okay, what's our next shop? Dresses R Us. Our original price for Dresses R Us is $40. Our discount is given as a percentage. So they're saying 30% off, which just means a 30% discount. Now, so 30% off the original price. 30% of original price. And then I can't put that in my calculator, so I must convert it to a decimal by dividing by 100. And then of means times, and my original price here was 40. And I can just put that straight in my calculator. 40 take 0.3 times 40 is 28. And then let's make sure that we answer the question. It says which shop has the lowest sale price? The lowest is A shop. So you would write a sentence and make sure you answer the question, all right? Now, this one, determine the new value when $150 is increased by 30%. Okay, I reckon it really helps here to draw a dollars bar and draw a percent bar. Okay? So let's look at this. $150 is increased by some amount. I'm just going to call it X. And then, so that means 100% is increased by 30%. So there's two ways that you could look at this. All right. I'm going to show you the first way. All right. So let's do, if it's increased by 30%, you can do a two-step process. So 30% of the number. That's what you can do. Whoops. So that's going to give us that dollar amount, and then we can find the new value by adding them together. So 30% of 150%, remember, divide by 100, 0.3, of means times. And let's do it. 0.3 times 150 is $45. And then you're just always checking whether your answer makes sense. Determine the new value when $150 is increased. So you should expect your answer to be bigger than $150. So a lot of students stop here, but don't stop here. Just keep thinking, okay, I've done 30%. Now I must increase $150 by that amount. So I'm going to say 150 plus that amount that I just calculated, which is 195. So that's option 1. This is option 2. Option 2 means this whole thing, right, is 130% of 150. So you can do that. You can just say 130% of 150, since 100% plus 30% is 130%. Then convert to a decimal. Of means times. 1.3 times 150 is also 195. So do your percent bar, do your dollars bar, and that's the amount that you're finding, the total. So you can either work with dollars or percent. So maybe you want to pause the video and try this one out. Again, now we are decreasing 1600 by 10%. So I'm going to draw that. I'm going to draw my percent. My dollars, my kilogram bar, my amount bar. And I'm going to draw my percent bar. 1600 kilograms is 100%. Now, this new amount, we're going to be taking away an amount, right? 10%. Which leaves 90%. 90%. Okay, so this is the amount that I want to find. I'm only decreasing it by 10%. So again, I'll do it. Which way will I do it first? I'll do the 10%, just like the two-step process first to show you. So I can calculate 10% of the number, 10% of 1600, which will be 0.1 times 1600. 0.1 times 1600, 160, and then I'd check, have I answered my question yet? Decrease 1600 by 10%. Well, it is decreased, but it's decreased a lot more than 10%. 10% is only a little bit less. So it wouldn't get us to 160. So you've got to realize I've got to subtract it because it's decreasing. So I've got to subtract 160 from that. 1600 take 160 is 1440. And then, so that's option 1. If you feel more comfortable with that, that's totally fine. Option 2 is realizing that decreasing a number by 10% is the same as taking 90% of that number. So 90% of 1600. 0.9 times 1600. 0.9 times 1600 also gets us 1440. And we're only decreasing it by a little bit, it makes sense. And here we are, last question, yay. So Brad increases his fee for cutting hair from $15 to $18. What is the percentage increase in his fee? So that's to do with this percentage change formula. Okay? Percentage anything, you're going to divide by the original and times by 100. Notice all of these 4 formulas, you're dividing by the original and timesing by 100. So that's all you have to remember. So this happens to be percentage increase. And I can write straight down, I'm dividing by the original and timesing by 100, and it's increase. So that's going to coincide with percentage increase. Now we need to calculate that increase amount. So that's what you're going to subtract these. Okay, what is the increase from 18 to 15? So you can write that over here. The increase amount is 18 take 15, which is 3. And that's the amount that's going to go onto your numerator. So we're going to do 3 over the original amount. Now, which one is the original amount? Is it 15 or 18? It is going to be where the number after from. It's going to be that initial amount, 15. 3 over 15 times 100 is 20. And just always check whether you've answered your question. What is the percentage increase in his fees? Well, they want your number as a percent. Okay, so it's a 20% increase in his fees to go from $15 to $18. And yeah, these are the formulas that will help you. All right, I hope that this video has helped. And yeah, I hope you have a good night or morning. All right, I'll talk to you soon.